Hey everybody, Home Slice Henry here, and in today's video we will be doing an experiment. As I'm sure you guys know, if you've played any Classic Master League for the last week, you guys know it is currently overrun with Zacian. So in today's video, we're trying out an unorthodox moveset, Flash Cannon Melmetal, to see if we can fight back against the Zacians. So the team we're running, we have Palkia on the lead, Flash Cannon Melmetal as our safe switch, and Metagross as the closer. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at Flash Cannon Melmetal in action and see if it's actually worth running. Hopping into the first match, and here is our target. Zacian on the lead. We safe switch into the Melmetal, and they stay in. We're going for the Flash Cannon right away. Do they know? They do not, and we're able to land it, almost one-shotting the Zacian. Holy crap, they go for the first close combat. They do have the back-to-back, but we are going to be able to shield this up, Thunder Shock down, and leave with a loaded superpower. So right off the bat, Flash Cannon doing massive damage. The opponent comes in with a Dialga. And the nice thing is we have a ton of energy, so we're going to be able to force the first shield with the superpower and get to a second one. And this will be doing a nice amount of damage, but the opponent commits the second shield. This is so good, as now there is nothing preventing my Metagross from earthquaking them. They bring in the Mewtwo, and now it's time to get some use out of the Palkia. Pretty much at this point, the Palkia's job is just to do as much damage as I can onto the Mewtwo. I'll save the shield for Metagross, and at this point, the game is over. We're able to connect with the Aqua Tail. The Mewtwo is going to throw, but they are in perfect farm down range for our Metagross. Metagross comes back in. We're able to Bullet Punch down, and now... oh, something you absolutely love to see. A Dialga absolutely being one-shot by an Earthquake, and that is going to be a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match. We have Palkia into Dialga. This is a terrible lead. We are going to save switch into the Melmetal, and we are able to bait out a Giratina Origin. As you can see, this is an ABB style team, with the goal being to bait out their best response to a Metagross with the Melmetal safe swap. And as you can see, Flash Cannon does a ton of damage to the Giratina. They connect with the Shadow Ball, and they're actually forced to throw again unless they want to commit a shield. So they're forced to throw the Ominous Wind. So Flash Cannon is putting in some work so far, which is very, very nice. They will be able to connect with a move here. Just the Ominous Wind, that's fine. We're able to farm down. And back in comes the Dialga. We bring in Metagross, and they have a Lugia in the back. So things are looking really, honestly, okay for us here. Because we are going to be able to connect with these neutral Meteor Mashes, whereas everything Lugia throws is going to be resisted. Now, the question is... we are able to call the Sky Attack. That's huge. The question was, will they go for the Aeroblast? They decide to bait. We're able to call it. And now we're able to force the shield. Now that I'm this low, they're just going to go straight Sky Attack, which is unfortunate. So I am going to start shielding up because my health is starting to get a little bit lower. And now Meteor Mash comes through. Oh, that's fantastic. We're able to take them out, and in comes the Dialga. They throw right here. They don't want to get hit with a move. I decide, you know what? I have to force the shield here. Can we get there? We cannot. We build up till right before. We can't get to the Earthquake, hoping for the shield. We get it, and now Palkia comes in. Palkia gets to the Draco Meteor, and Palkia able to take out Dialga with the Draco Meteor. And that is going to be a good game. Let's go. Alright, hopping to the next match, another terrible lead in Togekiss. We'll save swap into Melmetal and bait out another Giratina Origin. And again, this is where Flash Cannon is useful. Flash Cannon is the only charge move that Melmetal gets same type attack bonus on, and it does hit pretty hard. Now we can tank any one move here, even if it is the Shadow Ball, that's fine. And again, the threat of a second Flash Cannon forces them to throw. So they're not able to farm me down unless they want to commit a shield. And now we can bring back in the Palkia. We'll have to eat a charge move, but honestly, at this point, Palkia doesn't really have a lot of use in this match. Oh, they get the boost as they go down. We're going to bring in the Metagross, and they're actually staying in with the Togekiss. So this tells me that they could potentially be weak in the back to Metagross, and we may have baited out their only response. We're able to take them out, and it's a Dialga in the back. So things are looking incredible for us here. I am going to be going for the Meteor Mash bait, trying to do as much damage as I can, and hopefully this should allow me to reach a Meteor Mash and an Earthquake. So Meteor Mash comes through, we're able to get the shield, that's very nice, and now we're able to get to the Earthquake thanks to that bait. This will be getting the second shield, and then we have to rely on Palkia. Come on, get to the Draco Meteor. Yes, we're able to reach the Draco Meteor. That is huge, and Palkia didn't look like it would be very useful in the beginning, but ended up clutching out the win. Alright, hopping to the next match. This is actually a pretty nice lead. If we're going to see Giratina Origin, we definitely want to see it here with our Palkia. As you can see, these Dragon Tails do absolutely crazy damage to Giratina, and we're able to correctly shield up the Shadow Ball, which is very nice. We build up to the 2 Aqua Tails. One will not KO, but it will put it into a range where 1 Dragon Tail will take it out, and we're able to farm them down. They come in with the Togekiss. We have 2 awesome responses to a Togekiss in the back, so we save switch into the Melmetal, and we're able to bait out a Kyogre. So turns out they were actually double weak to Palkia in the back. So a double weak to Palkia, 1 on the lead and 1 on the back. So things are looking fantastic for us here. Of course, we don't have Rock Slide. We're not going to throw a resisted Flash Cannon, so we're just going to throw as many superpowers as possible. Unfortunately, not quite able to get to the next one, but we'll be able to bring in the Palkia here and farm all the way down and leave with a little bit of energy to throw at the Togekiss, but at the end of the day, we do have the Metagross, so we actually decided to go for the Draco Meteor just for the heck of it. We land it, we bring in the Metagross, and at this point, this game is most definitely over. Even if they do manage to get the boost here, we are fine. They go for the Ancient Power, no boost, and the opponent concedes the match on 1 HP. So good games there. Hopping into the next match, and it's another Zacian lead. We're going to save switch into the Melmetal, hope they stay in, and unfortunately they do not. They switch into the Giratina Origin, definitely good to bait this out, and now we'll connect with the Flash Cannon. And I bet after seeing that Flash Cannon, they are very happy that they switched out their Zacian. They'll connect with the Shadow Ball, which is fine. We really don't have to worry about that. But if we're able to get to the second Flash Cannon, we'll actually flip switch advantage if they decide not to shield. So Flash Cannon number 2, we're able to get a shield. That's very nice. Unfortunately not able to reach another one, but this double resistant superpower will provide a small amount of chip damage. They farm down, and unfortunately, this Giratina is absolutely loaded. This will be Shadow Ball number 1, and they should reach Shadow Ball number 2 right here. I have a tough call to make, but I'm going to trust in Metagross. We are just going to farm down with Metagross, and the opponent actually saves the Giratina and aggressively switches in the Zacian. This tells me that they may be weak in the back. They're 1 off 2 close combat, so we'll shield the first, and now we're going to throw the Meteor Mash right before they reach the second to force the shield. Now, after they throw this second close combat, their defense will be 4 stages debuffed, so I'm just going to be able to bullet punch all the way down and leave with a bunch of energy. And if they're weak in the back, things are looking good for me. And it's a Dialga. Let's go! We were able to bait out their only response to a Metagross, and now Metagross, putting in so much work in the endgame, bullet punches down the shreds of the Giratina and the Dialga, and that is going to be a good game. Alright, hopping to the next match, the Dream Lead, Palkia into Kyogre. The opponent save switches into Dialga, and here I make a pretty big mistake. First of all, I definitely should have gone into Melmetal, as Melmetal does have the safer matchup when shields are up. And secondly, by no shielding that Iron Head, I've allowed my opponent, if they want to double shield and flip switch. So right off the bat, I'm making some pretty bad misplays here. The opponent does a very nice job of throwing there, realizing that they can probably force a shield because I'm going to try and still fight for switch advantage. Now here they can very easily shield this up, and they have 1 switch advantage. And this is really not great for me, as now the Kyogre is going to be aligned against my Melmetal, which does not have Rock Slide. So this is a situation where having Rock Slide could be helpful. They bring in the Kyogre, I bring in the Palkia, and they have Togekiss in the back. If I just kept Switch Advantage, this was the easiest game ever. Huge misplays by me. We are going to be able to connect with the back-to-back Aqua Tails, but Togekiss will be able to farm us all the way down. Unfortunately, down goes the Palkia, and now our only win con is just to farm up a ton of energy with the Melmetal. They're at a move. I think I have to let this go, and they throw an Aerial Ace. So maybe they don't run Flamethrower, which is a big mistake if you're running Togekiss. That was basically the only win con I could see, and now we have to get to 3 superpowers. The first one lands, we're farming up, we're able to get to the back-to-back. Now we should be able to connect with both these superpowers here. First one and the second one. So despite our huge misplay, we were able to battle back and get the win. Let's go. All right, hopping into the next match, we have Palkia into Giratina. Now, this is a pretty okay lead for us, but unfortunately, it is definitely reliant on us landing a Draco Meteor. They connect with the Dragon Claw, they're going to save switch into the Dialga, and this time we actually play it correctly, and we bring out the Melmetal. And the opponent throws before I reach my move, which is a very interesting call. They go for the Draco Meteor, just to get off as much damage as possible. That's a very interesting play. Most Dialga users will typically actually wait until you've debuffed your defense to throw it, but this one decided to throw it early, and by doing so allows me to take them out with the superpower, and actually, since I overfarm, allows me to reach a debuffed Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon connects, and that does a solid chunk of damage. And now we bring in the Palkia, and we're going to be going for the Aqua Tail. It's resisted, but should do a small amount of damage there, which is nice. And I am going to have to commit the shield here, as Dragon Claw would just about take us out there. They have Togekiss in the back. We have Metagross to hard counter, and that is a good game. All right, hopping in the next match, Palkia into Dialga. Pretty rough lead, so again, we're going to save swap. And here I actually save swap into the Metagross, and we're able to bait out a Giratina Altered. Now, typically, Melmetal is the save switch. Honestly, not quite sure why I save swapped Metagross here as opposed to the Melmetal, but here we are. They connect with the Shadow Sneak. Now, can we get to the Meteor Mash? Yes, and we should be able to force the shield here, since they will want to preserve switch advantage. And it's a CMP tie! Oh, that is so good for us! They tried to snipe us with the Dragon Claw, but they lost CMP, and now Palkia should only have to take one move as we farm down, which is very, very nice. We only take the one move, we farm down, and we'll have Melmetal in the back, and they have Zacian. This is absolutely huge. This is fantastic. We're going to be going for the Flash Cannon here, and there is no way they shield it. Flash Cannon does huge damage, and we can very safely commit shields here, and we are going to be able to comfortably win this match. And the opponent, after getting Flash Cannon, concedes the match. All right. Hopping into the next match from a different day, we have Palkia into Excadrill. Again, this is a pretty nice lead for us, as if we want to see an Excadrill with this team, this is definitely where we want to see it. They get the shield, they bring in Lugia, and we're going to bring in Melmetal. Now, we don't have Rock Slide, so at first you might be like, Home Slice, why did you bring in the Melmetal? Well, look at this Flash Cannon damage. Flash Cannon connects and actually does big damage there, which is awesome. They go for the Aeroblast. That does a nice chunk of damage as well. And I am going to throw right before they reach their Sky Attack. And this will be taking them out if they decide not to commit the shield. Now, I do have a lot of energy loaded, so they actually do bring in a Giratina to farm down, and we're going for the Flash Cannon. You know what? We're going to try and do as much damage as possible, and it lands. That's huge. Unfortunately, we can't get to another one, so I'll be going for the superpower, hoping we can force the shield, but no such luck. My opponent knows the counts. We'll bring back in the Palkia, and my guess is, yeah, we are going to have to tank a Shadow Ball, which is less than ideal, but I'm thinking, you know what? It's worth it to go down 2 shields. The reason being I have a ton of energy and we'll be able to apply a lot of pressure onto this Excadrill. First Aqua Tail, we're able to get the shield. We're going for the second one. I'm a little worried I won't reach the third, so we'll throw one more Dragon Tail, and we're actually going to switch into Metagross. And this drill run will hurt. This will be doing a ton of damage, but does not one-shot us. They actually are forced to throw back-to-back to avoid getting hit with the Meteor Mash. We are now able to reach the Aqua Tail after they're out of energy, and Aqua Tail will be taking them out. And from here, we're able to, yes, on 1 HP, farm down the Giratina and get the win. Oh my goodness. Hopping into the next match, Palkia into Mewtwo. Here we are going to throw one Dragon Tail, and we are going to switch into our Melmetal. They're just throwing a Psy Strike, probably just trying to soften me up, and now they bring in Kyogre. And again, this is a situation where it'd be really nice to have Rock Slide so I could get off some damage without debuffing myself, but since I don't have it, I'm just forced to go for these superpowers. Going for the first, going for the second, and we're able to get to the third. That is very, very nice for us, as now we're actually able to force a shield. That's nice. In comes the Palkia. Now the question is, do they have Blizzard? I'm going to call it. I don't think they do, but they do. That's neutral, and that does huge damage. They have a Dialga, but we have Metagross. And Metagross, as I mentioned, in the 2-shield versus 2-shield, it can struggle, but if we have a shield advantage, Metagross is going to absolutely dominate here. I try and throw at a weird time, and they still manage to catch. What a play by my opponent. And at this point, I'm thinking, I probably just need to farm all the way down. This is just the Psy Strike, so I can let that go. We're just going to keep farming here, do as much damage as possible, and here I go for the Earthquake because I'm hoping that we can get to 2. We do get the shield, and now I'm realizing I can't get to 2, but we're able to reach the Meteor Mash. So now I'm going to need to use Palkia to help finish this off. Palkia does have the Aqua Tail loaded, and the combo play of the 2 resisted moves able to take down Dialga, and that is a good game. Alright, then hopping into the final match here, Palkia into Togekiss, terrible lead, safe swap Melmetal, and again we bait out the Giratina Origin. No point in baiting here, we're going straight for the Flash Cannon, doing maximum damage. That connects, does a nice chunk of damage there. And now we're just going to tank whatever move they throw at us. And as we've learned, they have to throw here if they don't want to commit the shield. And they decide not to. So we go for the Flash Cannon, and they actually no shield, and we're able to flip switch. That is so big for us. They bring in Dialga, and we still have superpower. We gave up Rock Slide, not superpower. We're going to be able to throw this superpower and force the shield. They farm down, and at this point, I'm recognizing that my Palkia has basically no play. So I'm going to bring in the Palkia just to waste some energy on their part. They go for the Draco, they take us out, and now we have Metagross into Togekiss. This is so nice to see. All we have to do is shield once, we'll farm all the way down, we'll leave with 100 energy, and we are going to be able to comfortably win this game. We shield up the Flamethrower, farm all the way down. It doesn't matter that we went past 100 energy in this instance. We just want to leave with as much energy as possible. Earthquake comes through. They, of course, shielded up. And Earthquake number 2. And that's going to be goodbye, Dialga. So, all in all, in conclusion, Flash Cannon Melmetal, I enjoyed it, and I do think it has a niche in the meta. I still very much believe Rock Slide and Superpower is the better overall moveset to run, but if the particular team that you're running is really struggling against Zacian, then this could potentially be a super spicy off-meta option for you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We recently passed 15,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. So thank you to everyone, whether you're subscribed or not, or just supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys. And an extra special thank you, of course, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been Home Slice Henry.